in the input. Yes. If the survey is supposed to be done off the input, then it's of no use. Yes.
But the challenge is to find people online who can participate. Now, if you have to do it physically into group, the reach is very limited. Yes? If you can do it for 100 to 200 people, you are satisfied with that? Fine. This is not required. But if you can put it online, you can find right people who can participate. Your reach is higher, effort is less, cost is less, the data has more relevance. Yes?
That sometimes might not be. Data might not have the relevance.
Okay.
For example, somebody, a person X wants to make a survey on the food habits of the poor people.
Okay.
Then this kinds of, the worldwide survey, like we assume, then this can be of no use because those, when you want to make a survey on the food habits of the poor people below the poverty line, of course they cannot use the internet and they will not use the internet and do the submission or whatever. They will not have access to this. And how can they make it? The person cannot go the worldwide, even through the internet and make the survey. Only the way is to have a local survey, and which is again the oversimplified structure.
But can you encourage people to fill this form based on what they observe about food?
That cannot be a direct data. That cannot be direct data. What I observe is not what they are doing.
Okay.
What they are doing is something different than what I observe.
Okay.
Hence, it's only might be you can form a research group
Okay.
the world.
Okay.
And let somebody X in US make a survey on behalf of me, and somebody in Russia make a survey on behalf of me in their locality. Of course, that has to happen offline. That cannot happen on.
Yes, there's always a limitation.
The coagulation of all these data can be done offline. That's it.
Okay. Can you collaborate with others doing similar research, similar field online?
If we find them.
Yes. Why you can't find them? Right? It is not impossible to find them. There are dedicated communities, there are dedicated groups. You can ask people, hey, I'm trying to find data on this. Do you know anybody working on this field? Right? There's a high chance that somebody will point to, hey, contact this person. He has done something similar. Simplified? Yes? There are limitations, I agree. Nothing like this is a magic wand, whatever you want, everything will be done free of cost instantly online. No. Some of your tasks can be simplified to a large extent in this. Fine? Give me some other challenge. Let's see how we can use social media to help that. No challenges, no problems at all, no limitations.
Where the person has posted the problem. That problem, the post rating is around a week and more than a week. Now, so many things have come out for a simple person. It was almost confusing. I knew the answer perfectly. I gave the answer. I answered it. But it confuses the person, which has to be found. Of the 50 plus answers, what has to be taken? Now the thing is, the one that best suits you, you take. But whether that is correct is a question. These are the things. So filtering must be required based on approved expertise.
Sir's question is like data overloading, right? There's so much data, whether I don't know whether it's the right one.
It's something like people who are working in the similar areas, who are just entered into with a technician and not expert, but still wants to poke into and write something. So filtration must be required over there. Master filter, based on the qualification kind of thing, yeah, it's over there. And the person who was really in need of, it's very difficult for that person to pick up the right answer. And I give, my answer is right. Everybody does the same.
So the situation here, there was a problem and there were so many responses, mainly by over-enthusiastic people, but the responses were not clear. They were creating more confusion, they were creating more problem. Does it happen most of the time? Instead of getting the solution, you get more questions, you get more confused when you ask somebody. Does this happen? So what mechanisms are there to handle this, solve this?
Most of the time what happens is when we are doing a research, most of the time what happens is when we are doing a research, we know from whom we are eliciting the information. This is the case where you are keeping it public. So that is the reason we are all having these issues. But when you know exactly from whom you need to gather the data, you will be sending this form directly to that person. So at that point of time, I don't think any verification or authenticity or the filtering of data is not required. That's the point. Most of our research, we know from whom the information is being collected. Maybe based on the age, based on the income, based on the profile of the sampling unit. So this is a case where a corporate is trying to get the information from open public. Probably in this case, there could be a possibility of the unauthenticity of the data. But in our research, in education research, what happens is we know from whom we are collecting the information. So we can directly send this form to the concerned person. Another thing is that why this is useful is probably what Chetan Pratap was telling. Chetan Pratap was telling that, see, maybe some of the places were rural places where the internet is not being used, the penetration is very low. That this is not for that. Absolutely, this is not for that. He is saying you can save the money. For example, look at that. The places Mumbai, Chandigarh, New Delhi. Can you actually physically go and collect the information over there? No. Only such cases this is useful. So that is the argument.
Even with the examples which I took, the good habits of the below poverty line, that this kind of survey cannot be done even in Mumbai, not even in New York.
That's what I'm saying. You are sitting in Tumkur, you are trying to collect the information. I'm not negating that. What he was telling is there are limitations. But only for those cases where you are far off and your profile of the customer is very high. So it depends upon from whom you are getting the information. Depends upon from whom you are eliciting or obtaining the data. That's where actually you can take use of this social media.
One more thing. Here, the statistics comes into picture. Okay. Statistics, what is being surveyed, that statistics, this kind of survey comes out. And this is the food habits of the people. They show over here. It's possible this way. You can collect the data. Because now you want to involve people with some specific businesses. For identification of for some drug discovery kind of things or some trials and all. So you involve this on openly itself. Anybody who comes across and have that kind of business and voluntarily come forward, they'll give the thing. And another thing that is supported by the information of the physician. Everything comes in. It's helpful in this way. We have tried for that and found possible.
Okay. Going back to the question where a lot of people are responding. There are so many answers for a question. You don't know which is right. There are people giving half-baked answers. There are people trying to confuse, trying to dominate, trying to say that what they know is right. Right? So how do we deal with this in the online world? Wikipedia has editors who check for the content. If there is something violating the policy, if there is something incorrect, they fix it. Yes? All the community forums, they will have moderators. If they find somebody putting incorrect information, somebody putting information that they are not supposed to, violating the terms, they would edit it. All the answering tools like Yahoo Answers, they have a voting mechanism. People can feel, okay, I feel this is the right answer, I feel this is the best answer.